So I want to talk about how a lot of days when you're doing something that's innovative or big enough, it's going to feel like you are not actually accomplishing a lot, and yet you still have to do something to sort of show to the outside world what is going on. So I actually want to talk about the whole reciprocity project right now in terms of software development. um, One of the things that goes on is that people think with something that's innovative or a new technology, um, that there has to be something new every week, or if not every day. There's this sort of assumption that there's always something that's popping, that it's pretty cool. But in reality, this stuff takes a tremendous amount of time in between intervals, or you're doing something, right? So we're actually building in some features at this moment that I think are going to be really cool. It's going to make it so. If you don't know, I should tell you, the Reciprocity Project is, or the Reciprocity platform that he's written with a three. You can look at it. It is kind of a sharing economy editing platform where writers, you can go on and get help for your writing and get feedback on your writing, and sort of identify different editors that are available. And so I'm hoping to sort of capture the large audience of editors, right? From sort of professional editors, which there's a lot on there, to PhDs, to moms and dads and stuff. Because the whole story behind it was that, you know, first of all, I know that sort of a lot of people can do this kind of work. It doesn't mean that, I'm not discounting professional editors. There's actually a lot of demand for that kind of stuff. But the other thing to realize is that with tools, people could do some really cool things, right? If you add on the tools, regular people can do some really cool things. I've seen that in a lot of different areas. First of all, taxi drivers, right? We know that there's lots of people doing some really cool things with sort of ride sharing and things, and hotels. There's lots of people doing cool things with that are not hotels anymore. Even with graphic design and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to build something that was like that, for writing, because, I struggled with writing, and I thought having the resources there, it is geared towards academics, but at the same time, I think anybody can use it. And the reason why it's geared towards academics is I'm scratching my own itch, right? Like, I want to build this thing for me, and make it sort of better. And we've been building features. I started building this thing in 2000. I actually started 2016. So from 15 to 16, I was sort of planning it out and trying to put this thing together, but could not, get a team together and all that stuff, because it's just, it's harder than you think, unless you are at the right time in the right place. So I'm self-funding this and building this out. So, with it, we've been building features, and it's been, a gradual process of building more features, more things, making it more useful, sort of figuring out what people want. And at this moment right now, it is, we're building in features, and I'm spending a heck of a lot of money on this. I mean, so I've got a team in India, and they're wonderful, and they're beautiful people. Um, but so the reason why I'm using India is because if it was here, I really couldn't afford it, because developers in the United States are really expensive. And this thing just would not take off. It just would not work. So for me to self-fund it, I need to find a place where there's amazing people, I get along with and stuff. So I found this team in India, and they're truly great. But, with the self-funding, as well as anything, you only have a certain amount of resources available. So you can do with what you have, and you piece this stuff together gradually. And so we're building in these features to make it more social at this moment. to really make it a lot more interesting and, just get people to see that there's other people on there, basically. But it just takes so much time in terms of building this out. And somebody's basically working full time on this. But it still takes a lot of time to do the development work. So, for me, you're probably thinking that there should be results every day, but it just does not work like that. And so I have this external pressure inside of me as the person that's building this out. I have this external pressure, or I feel that there's pressure for me to provide something every day and for me to show you that this is going on, and is actually, there's work being done, but I can't do that because that's not the real world. These things take time, they take effort. It's like drug development, right? Like if you're developing a drug, it takes time, it takes effort, and it takes a lot of dedication to get something going. And there's a lot of moments where you're working on something and working on it and working on it, but you can't show to the outside world what you're actually doing, just simply because it's just not done. It would not function until it's actually done, right? So it takes a lot of time, even though you're making progress, to do that. And I just want to, if you're in the same boat as me and you sort of feel this external pressure with anything that you're working on, um, just relax and know that it's going to get done. You have to constantly keep building it and keep going and keep going. But, you know, touch base, I guess, but I don't even like doing that either in terms of, touching base too much because it feels annoying, right? But tell your story, I think is a more important thing, and talk about that. And that's why I actually kind of like this whole social media thing, YouTube and podcasts and all that kind of stuff, because you can ignore me if you want to. You don't have to pay attention to me all the time. But, in the moments that you do want to check in, you can see what I'm doing and what I'm up to, and I'm trying to be open with it. And and it's really stressful, right? Like I actually want this thing to be working better and more people using it, making it more functional. I really do, because I think it's a useful tool. And I think it could be very helpful for a lot of people. But at the same time, I only got a certain amount of resources. There's only so much we could do. My wife would go crazy if I started dedicating. I'm already dedicating a lot, and it seems like it seems to the outside world it's a total waste of time at this moment, waste of money. I, I don't know why my wife is allowing me to do this. I don't know. She's just really sweet. Um, but you when you're going through this and you're thinking through it, you're like, golly, it really is not where you want it to be, but you still have to keep doing it. So what I'm getting at is there is this outside pressure to show that there's some sort of innovative thing going on all the time, and that there's like, things are snapping and stuff. But in reality, with with new technologies, with innovations, it just takes time and it takes effort, and it's a slow process. And just enjoy the process. Enjoy knowing that you're getting something done, and you just know that it's going to take time, and relax, um, and enjoy what you're actually doing, and be proud of what you're doing when it actually happens, because it is a lot of work to do it. So um, once you see what we're doing, it's going to be a little better. People are still going to be like, that's it. I know exactly how people are going to say, that's terrible, or that's it, that's all you've done. But in reality, it takes a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of money, a lot of effort. A lot of great people and great ideas come together to do these things, and we're going to keep working at it and keep building it out. So you have my promise there. I'm happy to keep building this out as long as my wife is happy too. um, with it, we're going to keep building things and doing things, and that's it. That's all you have to do. You just have to get into that mindset. You're just like, I'm building this thing out. And once it gets there, it gets there. That's it. All right. Well, hopefully you like this one. Take care and have a wonderful day.